Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual college fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, strivescan.com/Virginia. And we are here in session C1, so I will get us started and we'll turn things over to Old Dominion University.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I am getting my screen shared. Alrighty, sorry about that. Thank you so much for joining. It's so great to see everybody participating this evening. My name is Stephanie Rudolph, and I am an admissions counselor at Old Dominion University. First off, I do just want to say there is a QR code in the center bottom of my screen. So if you all are interested in learning more about Old Dominion beyond today, please feel free to go ahead and get your phones out and you can scan that QR code. We'll keep you in the loop on upcoming events as well as upcoming deadlines for prospective students. So Old Dominion was founded in 1929 as the Norfolk division of the College of William and Mary. However, in 1960, we did separate from them and we became our own campus at that time. Since then, we have continued to grow. Our main Norfolk campus has about 330 acres in total, and we also have other locations throughout the Hampton Roads area. Even though we are a younger university compared to some of the others here in the Commonwealth, we do like to say that gives us a very youthful and innovative edge, and we are extremely proud to be a very diverse and inclusive campus as well. So some fast facts about our campus. We do have 25,000 students in total. That does include our undergraduate, graduate, as well as our online students. We have 7 academic colleges. Each one of those 7 academic colleges does focus into a different area of study. We do have our honors college that is included in that as well. If you are a high achieving student interested in joining the honors college, you can apply for admission after being admitted to the university. We have 33 SHEV award-winning faculty members. SHEV stands for the State Council of Higher Education in Virginia. And we are very proud of that number. We are actually second in the Commonwealth as far as the number of award-winning faculty goes. Second just behind the College of William and Mary, but we do like to joke that they have a few hundred years on us, so we will catch up to them very shortly. We do have 17-to-1 as far as our student-to-faculty ratio goes. What this means is that for every 17 students, there will be 1 faculty member. This translates into smaller, more intimate class sizes where you can really get to know your faculty members as well as your fellow classmates. We do also have 98 academic majors for undergraduate students. I do recommend checking out our website. We do break down all 98 of our majors as well as list any minors, certificate programs, as well as master's and PhD programs that we do offer. So here on campus, we do have over 300 student clubs and organizations. Those clubs and organizations really range from anything that you can think of. We have ones that focus specifically in majors. We have fun clubs like a ghost hunting club, video game clubs, reading clubs and things like that. So there's definitely something for everybody, but in case there isn't, all you need is a faculty member and a couple of friends, and you can create your own club as well. We do have 30 fraternities and sororities at Old Dominion. Each one of these fraternities and sororities will fall into a social, a service, or a multicultural organization. We have 14 different housing options. Freshmen are not required to live on campus. However, if you would like to live on campus as a freshman, we do guarantee housing for you, and we do also offer housing for upperclassmen students as well. Our residence halls for freshmen are suite style, which means that you will never have any kind of shared bathrooms, no co-bathrooms with everyone on your floor. It's just going to be yourself, your roommate, and in some cases the room next to you, which is very nice. We do have 17 different dining locations. These can range from some of your more fast food type options such as Panera Bread, Qdoba, Steak and Shake, Subway, things like that. And then we also have our traditional dining halls. My personal favorite is the Broderick Dining Commons. It's located in the heart of campus near all of our freshman residence halls. You can find food from all over the world there. Popular areas are the sushi bar, the taco bar. We also have food for students who, just want the basics like pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers, salad bar, anything like that. And then if you have any dietary restrictions, we have you covered as well. So the application process for my seniors is currently open and you can start applying now. You can find our application on our website at odu.edu/apply, or you can use the Common App. Either one works great for us. Along with the application, there is a $50 non-refundable application fee, and we will require your official high school transcripts. Test scores are looking a little bit different for us this year. We do understand that students have had some difficulty registering for your exams, so we have chosen to allow all students to apply as test optional. What this means is that we will not require test scores to make an admission decision on you, so you can choose to be test optional, and we'll just make our decision off of your academic performance in high school based off of your official transcript. If you have taken the exam, one or the other of them, you are still more than welcome to submit your scores, and we will happily accept those, or you can choose to self-report. Self-report means that you can put your scores on your application. This will assist us in making a faster decision on your application. However, you will be required to submit those official scores to us after you've been admitted to the university. Our early action deadline is December 1st. This gives us priority as far as making a decision on your application, as well as priority consideration for our merit-based scholarship. The merit-based scholarship is not something that you need to apply for. You are automatically considered for it when you submit your application to us. And then our regular decision deadline is February 1st. The application is open beyond February 1st. However, we do admit on a rolling basis, meaning that we will continue to admit students until our incoming class is full. So as you can see on your screen, you do see the totals for in-state versus out-of-state tuition. It is important to note this is before any kind of financial aid or scholarships. As you can see on the screen, 80% of freshmen do receive financial aid assistance. If you haven't submitted that FAFSA yet, it did open up on October 1st. I definitely do recommend it. And that pretty much summarizes my presentation. Please feel free to reach out to our Office of Admissions. Our contact information is on the screen. If you all have any questions, we can be reached Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., or you can always send us an email. But I will go ahead and turn it over.
Great, thank you. So next we'll hear from St. Andrews University.
Hey, Debbie, you're on mute.
Sorry, folks. I hit the button. I just didn't get on. My name is Jenny Bale. I am with St. Andrews University. I am the Director of Virtual Admissions. We're located in Lawrenceburg, North Carolina, and let's start talking a little bit about St. Andrews. Welcome to Night Nation, everyone. We are located, like I said, in Lawrenceburg, North Carolina. It is a very community, family-oriented city in southeastern North Carolina. We're located about 2 hours east of Charlotte, about 2 hours southeast of Raleigh-Durham area, about 2 hours from the beach. For those of you that like Myrtle Beach or the southeastern North Carolina shore, we're about 2 hours away. If you like to ski in the mountains, we're about 2 hours from Asheville. We have great locations, about 30 minutes off 95. So when you travel east-west, easy to come see us. Let's talk about our campus. We have 500 acres on St. Andrews' campus. Our academic and residential campus is made up of 200 acres, by Lake Ainsley Moore, as you see in your picture. About 2 minutes away, we have 300 acres of equestrian facility, which makes up the 500 acres that St. Andrews resides on. We pull students from over 35 states and 26 countries. Our students come for many different reasons, for academics, for athletics, to be a part of our pre-professional programs. They come to be different, to socialize. They come from our largest country right now, excuse me, I've already said that, is Japan. We're excited that we have our Japanese students on campus this year, which makes up our 14-to-1 student-faculty ratio. In some classes, we have as few as 2 or 3 students. Our large classes may have 15 or 16 students. We have 22 majors and 22 minors. Our newest majors are our nursing, our BSN program, RN to BSN, occupational therapy, sports performance. We're going strong in the health sciences this year, which we're really excited about. We have one-on-one academic career counseling. What does that mean for you as a student? It means that on any given time, you can sit and meet with your professor, you can talk with an advisor, you can get help with that resume. Maybe you want to get help finding that internship this summer. Let's meet with those advisors and get that started. We also have 27 varsity athletic teams on campus. Our newest team on campus is our women's volleyball, women's wrestling. Yes, we do have a football team led, as you can see here, by our pipe maker, Bill. We have women's lacrosse, as well as one of our new athletic teams, esports. Got any gamers out there who's interested in gaming? And yes, we give athletic scholarships for the esports program now. We have also 5 equestrian teams. 3 are nationally competing teams, Western hunting and dressage. We own over 100 acres, and we have about 50% of our students do ride. St. Andrews hosts a lot of clubs and organizations. We have 20 plus. What you don't see at St. Andrews, you come and make happen. All our clubs are student-led and student-organized. One thing that we love to tell students here at St. Andrews, you have to make it happen. In our community, on our campus, anywhere you go, you make things happen at St. Andrews, whether it be on campus or off campus. Let's talk about scholarships. How many of you are interested in scholarships? St. Andrews this past year awarded over 90% of our students in academic, athletic, extracurricular, and community award-based scholarships. We do award based on academics, athletics, and any community service that you may have. Please make sure you're applying and you're filing that FAFSA. October 1st opened up that date for us, so please go ahead and make sure that that FAFSA has been filed. Everybody these days is tech savvy. Get that phone out. Scan these QR codes. We want you to apply today. Our application fee has been waived. Yes, that's right. No application fee to apply to St. Andrews. COVID has done us this year. Let's kind of give back to you as students. We look forward to seeing your application and having you visit with us on campus. Have a great day, and it's always a wonderful day to be a Knight.
All right, thank you. So next we'll hear from Rutgers University, New Brunswick.
So good evening. I'm Brenda Snyder, the regional recruiter for Rutgers University, New Brunswick. I cover Virginia and some of the surrounding states. You can see my email address here, but you can also see it at the end. So, all right, let's get this thing to move. There we go. All right, so some of the activities you can all about Rutgers University. I always want to mention the Big Ten. It is an athletic conference, as you probably well know, but it's also an academic consortium. We are able to share research programs. We share our library and media programs, and we share our travel abroad. Rutgers University has its own 180 travel abroad programs in 50 different countries. So you can travel for, you can study abroad for a full year, an academic year, spring or winter break, or also for the summer. All right, we're going to go this way. Okay, what we're really proud of and what makes us a great place to be is our location. We are called the Hub City because we hub right between New York City and Philadelphia. We're also on the Amtrak line, which means you can get anywhere from Boston to Washington, D.C. right from the train on campus. Many of our students take advantage of going to New York for training, for jobs, for internships, and then of course there's always Broadway, Madison Square Garden, etc. The other thing that surrounds us in the Hub City is we are the heart of the pharmaceutical industry. Johnson & Johnson is actually across the street from our campus, and they have their World International headquarters in New Brunswick. You can walk to Bristol Myers Squibb, Colgate Palmolive, take a short bus ride down to L'Oreal, and a short train ride to Merck. So any of those things for pharmaceutical, biochemistry, and all of the other jobs that are offered by a large company. All right, oops. All right, so this is what we look like. We are 4 square miles. We are a big place. However, so that you don't feel that you're going to get lost in a big place, we break our campus down into 5 sections. Bush is the home to all of our STEM programs, engineering, pharmacy, med school, math, IT, etc. Also the football stadium, soccer and lacrosse, and some other sports. Livingston is our business school where we have 6 programs, our athletic center. Crossing the river for the crew teams, we get to College Avenue. College Avenue campus may be small, but it's mighty. You can see a picture of it down here. It has a lot of different buildings. We are 150 years old, so we do have some buildings that date back to the early 1800s. College Avenue offers all of our liberal part of the liberal arts, so your English, history, languages, etc., are all going to be on this campus, along with nursing, because we are adjacent to 2 large teaching hospitals. The train station is on the College Avenue next to our Barnes & Noble. Coming through town is about a mile. We are the hub city, and we are also off Broadway. So we have a small theater district as well as a comedy club, a lot of ethnic food, and of course pizza and Italian food, because this is New Jersey. On the other side at Cook Douglas, Cook is the home to the School of Environmental Sciences, Marine Biology, Ag Science, Food Science, Nutrition, Meteorology, along with our own Doppler. Douglas campus is a program for women, run by women. It is a single-sex housing with women's leadership offerings. And last but not least is Mason Gross School for the Arts, and this is where we do our Bachelor of Fine Arts programs in music, dance, theater, film, graphic art, and the other arts. All right, some pictures. This group of our students shows you some of our diversity. These are our tour guides. Down at the bottom, you're going to see our dance marathon where we annually raise over $1 million. Oops. Okay, when you apply to Rutgers, we highly encourage that you apply to 3 of our 7 undergraduate schools located here in red. Mason Gross, like I said, is the School of Fine Arts. So if you're interested in those programs, you will be expected to do a portfolio or an audition. Ernest Mario School of Pharmacy is a 6-year PharmD program, direct admit. School of Nursing is also a Bachelor of Science direct admit. School of Engineering offers 10 engineering programs where you would select your specific engineering at the end of your first year. Business has 6 business programs with multiple concentrations, and you select your major there at the end of your first year. Arts and Sciences and Biological Sciences are our largest schools, and they give you 2 years to make up your mind. You can transfer from school to school. The schools at the bottom are upper schools, and you apply to them in your sophomore year. Learning at Rutgers, we have a 16-to-1 student-faculty ratio, even though we have 36,000 students on our campus, 175 research centers, and we have a large, 2 large employment centers that come to campus every year, so students can get their paid internships and their jobs. Come on, move to the next one. There we go. Our football stadium, and more importantly, how do you apply? You can apply using either Rutgers app or Coalition app, not the Common app. November 1, early admit, non-binding. December 1 is the last date to apply if you want honors and academic scholarships. We are a self-reporting school, so please do not send us a transcript. One more click and there I am. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Please contact me with your questions.
Great, thank you. And next we'll hear from WVU Potomac State College.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Cassie Weiss, and I'm an admissions counselor with WVU Potomac State College. And I work with students from Virginia, Maryland, and DC. So let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about us, and we're going to take you back to that home where you belong, right down these country roads. All right, so Potomac State, as our name suggests, we are WVU. So we are part of the West Virginia University system. So on our campus, you're going to be able to get the best of both worlds. You're going to get a big time university academic curriculum like you would on any of our 3 campuses, but you're also going to get that delivered on a small college campus. So we are located in Kaiser, West Virginia, which is pointed right down here on the map. We are a small rural town in the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, but we are close to some of those major cities. So we're just under 3 hours away from DC, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh, and we're only about 90 minutes away from our flagship campus in Morgantown, which you'll hear a little bit more about in a little bit. So we do offer small but challenging classes with dedicated professors. We do have a 20-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We are considered one of the most affordable 4-year institutions in the country. We do have an enrollment of about 1,300 students. We do offer 11 championship athletic teams, including our newly formed esports team, and those do compete on a junior college level, so the NJCAA. We do offer 5 different residence halls on campus. And we do, last year we dispersed over $600,000 in scholarships to our students, and it is free to apply, and we were test optional before test optional was cool. So no test scores required in order to come to our campus. We do also have rolling admission, so the sooner you apply, the sooner that you'll be able to get an admissions decision, and we do accept applications all the way up until classes begin. So on our campus, you are able to forge a future that you may be proud of in a variety of ways. So we do offer 60 different majors on our campus. We do offer primarily 2-year degrees, but we do offer them in several different options. So we do have 2-year degrees where you can graduate and go out and start your career. We have 2-year transfer degrees that are really easy to move to Morgantown or our Beckley campuses by completing a change of campus form. Or you can also choose to transfer to another university if you decide to do that. We have also started offering 2-year online degrees, so you can earn a degree from the comfort of your home in business administration or general studies. And we do offer 6 different 4-year degree programs on our campus as well. I want to specifically highlight sustainable agriculture, and our nursing program is also the WVU nursing programs with the same curriculum. All right, so we all know that college can be hard at times, and sometimes you need some help to get through those rough patches. So in our Marieth Shipper Library, we do have professionals that are available to help you locate any resources that you may need. All of our students do have access to the WVU online databases where you have access to thousands of books and magazines and newspapers, and you're going to be able to find no matter what you need, whether it be a scientific paper or it be a newspaper article in order to complete an assignment. Students do also have access to all of those resources at any time, anywhere. So they are electronic, and you can access them from your home or from the library, no matter what you need. And the other thing that we have in our Marieth Shipper Library is the home of our Academic Success Center, where we do offer free and professional tutoring to all of our students. We do have professional tutors in math, science, and English. So one of our biggest things is that we are an affordable college. So you're seeing the fees for this current year, which our tuition was not raised this year. You'll notice that out of state is about $11,500 Metro, which for students in Virginia, we do offer Metro rate for students from Frederick County or Winchester City School. So you do get about a $4,000 break. And then again, room and board does run about $8,500 for those students on campus. That's both including your meal plan and your room, excuse me. So overall, an out-of-state student, it's right around $20,000, and then for a Metro student, it's right under $16,000 to attend Potomac State. And of course, to help out with those fees, we do offer a variety of financial aid options. We do offer several different scholarship tiers, and this process does mirror Morgantown. So there is no separate application necessary for your scholarship information. So we do offer expanded tiers so that you can see all kinds of different options based on test scores as well as your GPA. But starting this year, we are going to begin offering Go First scholarships, which will not require any test scores. So it'll be strictly based on your GPA. And you can always reach out to our financial aid counselors at this email address. And of course, someone did mention that the FAFSA is now open, and we do use the same FAFSA code as Morgantown and Beckley campuses. I did mention earlier, we do have 5 different resident hall options on our campus. We offer anywhere from suite style living to single rooms or traditional style living with community bathrooms. All of our residence halls do have cable television, Wi-Fi access. They have laundry access, there's student lounges, there's fitness rooms in some of them, and they are all air conditioned. You're going to be able to find that little home away from home and find your community here on our campus no matter what. And of course, it's very important for you to not just attend academic classes in college. It's important for you to go out there and meet new people and build that community. So we do have our athletic teams. We have over 30 student orgs. We have a student rec center, and we do offer intramural sports on campus as well. So if you would like to see more, please check out some of our virtual options that we have up here. We do virtual tours. You can access any of our counselors right here with this information. And of course, I do strive to have you guys apply. Again, there's no application fee and no test scores. So please go ahead and apply to WVU Potomac State College, and thank you for joining us today.
All right, so then we'll hear from Bridgewater College.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight and learning a little bit more about Bridgewater and seeing if Bridgewater might be the right fit for you. My name is Jared Smith. I'm the Director of Admissions, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Bridgewater, described as a small private liberal arts school. Small, you can see there, our undergraduate enrollments of just over almost 1,600 students. And we've had an enrollment growth over the past 17 years or so. When I was a freshman in the fall of 1999, our enrollment was about 1,100 students. You can also see that we have added some graduate school students to us as well, and we'll talk about our academic growth in the upcoming slides. With our undergraduates of just over 1,500, average class size is 14. We have a 14-to-1 student to professor ratio. We have no graduate assistants teaching any classes, no teaching assistants. We have full faculty teaching classes every day, and over 85% of them have their terminal degrees. So it means they have a PhD in the subject that they are teaching. So they are the real experts in their fields of study. Not only have we had enrollment growth, but we've had academic program growth as well. We recently took our took our academic programs and made 4 divisions. You can see there. We offer over 31 majors and over 15 minors. Our top most popular programs being business admin, biology, health and exercise science, psychology, and then liberal studies. Our liberal studies major is partnered with our elementary, our pre-K through 6 teaching certification. So through the state of Virginia, you get your teaching licensure, and then the state of Virginia has reciprocity with 45 states. So your teaching licensure is good just about anywhere in the US. We now offer 4 graduate programs. We have an athletic training program, a digital media strategies, human resource management, and then psychology, mental health professions. All of those programs have a 5-year dual enrollment component. So in 5 years, you'll complete a bachelor's degree and a master's degree with that as well. We're going to look to grow our graduate school offerings over the next coming years, but we're not going to add an MBA. The world of higher ed does not need another MBA program. We're going to be looking to add grad school programs that are meaningful and impactful for our undergraduate students. So looking at what our projected enrollment projections are, enrollment growth projections for programs, but then also layering in information about the job markets and the career necessities that are out there. The Learning Commons, the John Kennedy Ford Learning Commons, we call it the FLC on campus. It took our traditional library and transformed it into a one-stop learning shop for our students. This building opened up in the spring of 2020. So it was literally a week before the pandemic hit and shut down all the colleges and universities. This project took our library and through a 4-year process and $13 million, did a complete renovation and added a 10,000 square foot addition onto the building. And as I said, it's a one-stop shop for our academic needs for students. It has an open floor design concept. Excuse me, that's a mouthful this afternoon. And the idea of the open floor concept for this building is that what could be a stressful and a vulnerable position for students to be in, to go in and say, I need help academically, that open floor plan is designed to eliminate physical barriers and mental barriers for students as well. So inside, if you are standing up here in the great room, you can literally see all the way across the other side of the building There are no high-level shelves for stacks of books, so you can physically see from one end to the other. The other design aspect of that is that there's no doors. All of the doors are glass, so they are sliding glass doors, and that is the idea to eliminate that physical barrier. When I first toured this building and walked in, and it's beautiful inside, it looks like all the rendering pictures that we have. But the color design are all blues and grays and yellows. And I walked in, I was like, this is great, but none of these are the school colors, which are crimson and gold. And the design aspect with the colors is that the blues and grays are calming features. They are calming colors. So it's supposed to sort of mentally allow students to be vulnerable and open up and say, I need help. So with our student body, it's a very active place. You would be hard pressed to find a student on campus if you were here to talk with them and say, who are you? What do you do on campus? And there's very few that would just say, I'm a student. Very often you will find students that are athletes and also involved in clubs and organizations. About 30% of our student body participates in one of our 23 NCAA teams. And we have over 60 different clubs and organizations, honor societies, and music ensembles. The clubs and organizations are different social groups, intellectual groups, religious groups, and ethnic groups as well. An admitted student to Bridgewater could receive one or up to 3 different forms of financial aid assistance. One would be institutional aid. So every admitted student will receive a merit scholarship ranging between $21,000 and $30,000. Virginia students will receive the Virginia Tuition Assistance Grant. It's a grant awarded by the state of Virginia to students from Virginia who attend a Virginia private college or university. And then we do award federal aid as well. The admissions process is simple and easy. We have our bridgewater.edu app or our Common app. We have an early action deadline coming up just over a month of November 15th. And I am about at the end of my time, but I appreciate your time here tonight and look forward to answering any questions you might have.
Great. And so our last school for this 6x6 is West Virginia University.
Right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being with us this evening. My name is Mandy Weaver. I'm the regional recruiter for West Virginia University for Virginia and Washington, D.C. That's my contact information listed there, and you can find it on our main website under the admissions and financial aid section. So just a little bit of background about WVU before we get into a lot of other details about the university. We are the flagship institution for our state. We're a public land grant founded in 1867 located in Morgantown, West Virginia. We have just under 27,000 total students who come from every state in the United States and the district and about 118 different countries. We're about half and half on our in-state and out-of-state population, even though we're the state flagship. We're just slightly higher on our out-of-state population students with about 51%. But even though we're a larger school, we do have an 18-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. Our freshman class profile from this last fall lists the averages there. Our average SAT for students was an 1185, average ACT was a 23, and the average GPA of our entering freshman class was a 3.45. We do have over 480 different student clubs and organizations on campus, everything from sports and recreational type clubs to organizations that are organized specifically around your academic department or your degree program. So lots to get involved in and out of the classroom. We are Division I with athletics with 18 varsity level sports, and our conference is the Big 12. But then we also have a ton of club and intramural sports for our students as well. We do offer an honors college. There is no separate application to apply for honors. If you meet their eligibility criteria, you'll receive an invitation to join by submitting an essay to their department. We do offer study abroad, and we work with over 50 different countries once that becomes a thing again. Freshmen are required to live on campus, and we do have 12 different residence halls that they can choose from, and all different types of room styles, suites, apartments, our traditional community style setup, and a residence hall residence halls that have pod style bathrooms. We are one of only 130 research level 1 classified institutions, and we're also a space grant research university. So if that's something that interests you, even at the undergraduate level, you'll be able to participate in research that your professors are working on right now. We offer free tutoring to all of our students and have learning centers throughout throughout the campus, and tutoring centers where you can go and just simply sign up to meet with someone. We offer a main career services center on campus for everyone at the university and alumni, but then through the different academic departments, they have their own career counselors and career centers where you can go to get more specifics, not only about job placement, but also about internships or co-ops or other opportunities you may be interested in. And then we offer a Mountaineer Parents Club, which has separate like individual chapters all over the world, and they help to keep our families connected to WVU. So where's Morgantown? We are in the northern part of our state. We're 70 miles south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and about 4 hours away from DC. Morgantown is sort of like a small city, but it is a college town setting. It's not really large, but it's not small either. So we're somewhere in the middle there, somewhere in between. But the college town setting, we do have other companies and organizations in Morgantown, but WVU is really the heart of the community. So it's very student-centered and student-focused for that reason. We do have our other campus locations across the state. The two smaller areas of Charleston and Martinsburg are our health sciences divisions, where our graduate professional level students work, in addition to our health sciences center in Morgantown. And Morgantown is the main campus area. And Morgantown has received some nice recognition over the past few years. You can see I've listed there, and that's always important to share, because no matter where you end up going to school, you want the community to be a nice environment. It's going to be your home away from home for the next 4 years. So our campus is pretty large, and it is separated into 3 areas throughout the town. We have our downtown campus area, where as a freshman you would spend the majority of your classes. Our Evansdale side offers sort of major specific classroom spaces, but then we also have a lot of student services, such as the Student Recreation Center you can see right in the middle of the picture with the green roofing. Most of our residence halls are on Evansdale, but we do offer residence halls on the downtown side as well. Our third campus area is our Health Sciences Center. We offer a comprehensive health sciences program in addition to the WVU Hospital, which is located directly across from the Health Sciences Center. It is easy for our students to travel between 3 different spots on campus. We have our transit system, the PRT. It stands for Personal Rapid Transit. There are 5 stations across campus, and this is the main way that our students get back and forth. We also use our bus system, the WVU buses, and the public transportation available. And I'll just quickly go through the next few slides. We have 14 colleges and schools with all the different programs you can choose from, 140 undergraduate degrees. Rolling admissions for us, you're going to find out in a few weeks. We don't require essays, 2 applications you can choose from, and we are test optional as well. Check out our scholarship charts on our websites. We have those for score senders and for test optional applicants who have not sent test scores, obviously. And then finally, just to wrap up, you can visit our future student resources to find out about all of our virtual visit opportunities. We have an open house this Saturday, so come join us. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
All right, everyone. Thank you to all of our presenters. We now have about 7 minutes for questions from our students through the Q&A box. And while we are waiting for some of those questions to come through, I will ask a question to all of our panelists, ask them to turn on their videos and join us again. And we'll just go in presentation order. And I would love to hear from all of our schools, just something that is special about your institution, a fun tradition or a unique fact, or even anything that you didn't get to during your presentation. So again, we'll go back to Old Dominion and take it away.
Thank you very much. That's a hard question to answer. It's so broad. I think one of my favorite traditions that I've noticed recently, or I've have recently just really come to enjoy, is we do have a giant crust in the center of our campus, and it's in the middle of our quad. It's on the ground, and it's this big metal crust. And the kind of superstition amongst the students is that if you walk on the crust while you're an undergraduate student, it's going to affect your graduation. So that means you're either not going to graduate or it's going to be delayed. And so the big tradition is when you do graduate on your graduation day, you get to walk across the crust. And it's really adorable. You see students who are getting on the ground, kissing the seal, which I would especially not recommend any longer, and just doing, you know, fun things like that. So I think that's one of my favorite ones. We've done a lot of like promotional videos on graduation day because it's just such a special thing to see students get up and walk across it, and, you know, with their families and crying and everything. And because of course graduating college is a very special day, but I think that is probably my favorite tradition.
And I believe St. Andrews was next.
Okay, fun fact, a lot of our students come and a lot of your students come and visit with you guys, and the first thing they ask, or one of the things they ask is, can we bring a car? Can your students park on campus? We have a fun fact in that, yes, our freshmen can bring a car, but we also have a parking lot for horse trailers. We own over 110 horses. So a lot of our students will want to bring their own horse to compete on during private events. So we actually have a parking lot for horse trailers on campus. Just a bit unique.
Hi, at Rutgers, we are 253 years old, and we're one of the original 8 colonial colleges. But what many people don't know is we are the birthplace of college football. And although you may have seen that because it's painted all over our stadium, what we never really talk about is we are also the birthplace of college ultimate frisbee. And one last thing that's really important, because it is New Jersey and we eat, we do have a restaurant called Are You Hungry? And there is a challenge. If you can eat 3 of our fat sandwiches, you can name a sandwich for yourself. Now, I know you're all thinking that this is a really easy thing to do. So think about your favorite sub sandwich and add to it mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers, and French fries. Good luck, everybody.
That sounds like a mouthful. I can't even think about trying to eat all of that. So at Potomac State, one of my favorite things is where we're located. So you've heard me talk, we're in a small town in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia. Well, that makes it really easy for us to access all kinds of outdoor recreational activities. So we are just under an hour away from ski resorts, from hiking, from whitewater rafting, from floating on the river or kayaking, hunting, fishing, you name it, you're going to be able to find it in our mountains that surround our campus. So that's one of my favorite things about Potomac State.
So in 1880, when Bridgewater was founded, it was the first coeducational school in the state of Virginia. The first class had 6 students, 5 of which were males, and 1 female joined us in that inaugural class back in 1880. That tradition carries on today, and we like to think as well, there's no official documentation, proof of it, but we were one of the first integrated schools as well. The state of Virginia, UVA, didn't become integrated until 1970 by law mandated. And if we go back through our record books, we had minority students on campus with us throughout the years as well.
Thinking about all the different traditions we have and trying to think of my favorite one. And I don't know if this is necessarily my favorite one, but I think it's kind of a cool one. Our Mountaineer, our mascot, is pretty active. You know, he changes, or she, we've had 2 females. They change every year or every other year. I honestly can't remember how that works, but they're always very enthusiastic and very active. And at the football games, when we score a touchdown, the Mountaineer has to do push-ups for the number of points that we've received. So they are also very fit individuals and do a lot of, in addition to just being the mascot, they have a lot of responsibility for attending other events and outreach, community outreach, and different aspects. So the Mountaineer is more, I guess, than just an athletic symbol. So I like that. I like our mascot.
All right, everyone. So with that, we will go ahead and wrap up for this evening. I want to thank all of the panelists and all of the student participants who joined us. And when you close this window, there will be a quick link to a 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Virginia. So thank you again to all of our panelists. I always love hearing about all the fun traditions and unique aspects about all the different schools, and I hope our students did as well. And I will say good night to all of you and have a great evening.